Hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Chrissy. In today's tutorial, we are going to be learning how to make a bust gauge corset. If this sounds like something I'm interested to learn, keep on watching and let's get started. In this video, we are going to use a 3-part corset method for the bust caging. Okay, I'm going to leave a link for a detailed tutorial on how to draft and cut your 3-part corset. Okay, this is the thumbnail for the video. I'll leave the link in the description box down below. So from that point, I came down by 2.5 inch, and on this other side, I came down by 1.5 inch. You can decide to mark 2 inch if you want. Okay, I want to create the 3-part corset. Okay, this is a normal corset. So I'm going to connect from there to that point, do the same thing for this other point. This is the 3-part corset. I'm going to label as 1 2, then I'll cut it out just like this. So after cutting, guys, next thing I want to do is to notch the areas I'm going to be joining together. Do you get? After cutting your corset, ensure you notch the part you're going to be stitching, all right, to avoid being confused. So I'm going to use my sellotape to tape the both piece. Once I'm done with that, I'll bring another fresh paper to draft it out to give me a one piece. Okay, this is another fresh paper. I will place it like so and sketch with my marker. Okay, I'll place like so, then I'll go ahead and sketch just like this. Ensure you avoid this pointy edge. Make sure you avoid it, all right, because I'm going to be correcting that on the actual fabric while sewing. So I've gone ahead to cut it out and I labeled as well. So I'm going to transfer this to the actual fabric. I've gone ahead to transfer to the actual fabric, and I also notched the right side. Okay, notch the parts I'm going to be joining together. I will iron my hairstay as well. I've gone ahead to iron hairstay on all the piece. Can you see? So I cut the lining and the actual fabric together, and I will keep the 3-piece aside. Okay, I'll keep 3-piece aside, then I'll start the bust gauging with the lining part. I'm using doll face for this, and this is a tutorial. I'm not making this for anybody or client, all right, this is just a tutorial. So also label with your marker after ironing your hairstay. Like I said earlier, I will start the bust gauging with the lining. Okay, so I will place right side facing each other and stitch the both pieces together just like this. You're going to stitch with 1/2 inch. Okay, remember to add your stitching allowance. I did that, just I forgot to mention it. So I'm going to also join the first piece, that is the first cup. I'm going to join together like so, and ensure you open your seam, okay, while joining the first cup. So after joining, go ahead and notch just like you see me doing here, and trim it out, trim it off a little bit just like this. So after sewing, guys, this was what I had. You can see how it looks like. Can you see? So the next thing I want to do now is to mark the lines I'm going to be sewing the bonings on. Do you get? So from this seam line, from the seam line, I'm going to mark a straight line on the first cup. From the seam line, I'm going to mark straight upward just like this. Can you see? So that will indicate the middle part of the cup. Okay, and I placed my tape, and I'm going to divide the 3-inch into two. I marked 1.5 on this side, so I'll do the same thing on this other end. You divide the 3-inch by 2, mark 1.5, connect from there to that point, do the same thing on the other side as well. So I've marked out the first line, as you can see. This is what I have here after I was done. The next thing I want to do is to mark the upper part. I used another marker. I noticed the other one has already finished, so I changed to this other type of marker. So I'm going to mark again from this end. Can you see? You leave half inch for your stitching allowance. You go ahead and do the same thing on the upper part. Can you see what I did here? Mark all round, leaving half an inch for stitching allowance. Can you see what I have here after it's done? So I'm going to be using a ridgeline boning for this. Okay, so if you are sewing, you are going to sew on the tip. There is one small tiny line on the both side of the boning. Go ahead and sew there. If you sew there, your boning will not cut. You get. So the first line I'm going to be stitching is that center. That same line is the first line I'm going to be stitching. Okay, I'll place my boning like so on that exact line. Then I'll go ahead and sew. Okay, if you are sewing, please sew carefully. All right, so you don't sew this on another line.
My head is quiet now. I can rest in peace, 'cause you are more than enough, more than enough. Feeling the rush, burning in love, burning in love.
I've made my first stitch. I've gone ahead to sew the boning. I sewed on both sides. So this is the front view. You can see how it looks like. So I'm going to continue sewing on that line I marked, okay, until I'm done. Then we are going to move into another step. I'm going to be teaching you guys slowly and quietly, no too much rush, so you actually understand how to do this better. Do you get? So just pay attention and watch this video very well so you understand everything I'm doing here.
Two souls united, this roaring blaze is soaring free. If you ever get tired, love, I'll sing you gently to sleep.
So guys, I'm done sewing. I've stitched the bonings on all the lines I marked. Okay, so this is what I have after I was done. Can you see? Next thing is to draw the second line. So I will start the drawing of the second line from that center where I have my seam line, and I will mark on this point as well, mark on the other point. You can see I have about I have 3 lines there. So you're going to sew your bonings on that line. Okay, you're going to sew your bonings on that line. I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back to explain more.
Burning in love, burning in love. I won't fall when I'm picking you up. With my hand, I will be strong enough. Our love is stronger, and I'll be here. My lead, now we're taking the jump.
So guys, I've gone ahead to stitch the lines that I marked. You can see. Next thing I want to do now is to sew this boning all round from that point to the other point. Okay, just watch what I'm doing here so you don't get confused. This is how you sew your boning. You sew gently and neatly. Okay, just watch what I'm doing here. At this point, if this is your first time coming across my channel or video, please hit on the subscribe button and join the family. Okay, so I've gone ahead to sew my bonings. You can see what I have here on the right part. Can you see? Next thing I want to do is to cross it on this other side. I'm going to cross it and sew like that. Remember to stitch on both sides. Okay, for the other one that I sewed before this very one, do not stitch on both sides. One side is okay. Do you get? So stitch on both sides of this last one that I'm doing here. Okay, so after sewing guys, this was what I had. The cup looks so beautiful and it came out very perfect. Can you see? This is the right side of the cup and this is the wrong side. So this is my DIY tailor's arm. I made this myself. Okay, I'll leave the link for this video in case if you want to make a tailor's arm yourself. You get? So you're going to place your hemming gum on top of it, then cover with this other one. I will head over straight to my ironing table and iron this one. Okay, after ironing guys, you can see what I have here. Can you see? The next thing I want to do is to cover this rough edge, the rough part, sorry, I'm going to cover this rough part. We are not leaving it like this. I've already cut out the lining for it and I kept it aside. So what I did next was to place the lining right side facing each other like so. Then I'll stitch only at the upper part. Okay, I'm going to stitch with half inch only on the upper part. All right, just like this. So after stitching, guys, this is what I have. You stitch with half inch. Can you see? I'll repeat myself again. You place your lining right side facing each other just like you see me did. Okay, you place your lining right sides facing each other like so, stitch with half inch and turn over like so. Okay, after turning over like so, we are going to sew the both together like this. Okay, make sure you sew together like so and make sure your lining is well relaxed. Okay, make sure your lining is not popping up or popping outside the cup on the right side. Do you get? So go ahead and stitch just like this. Can you see? So I'm done sewing. You can see what I have here. You can now attach this cup to your dress. Okay, this is how neat the inside looks, and this is the outer part. Okay, thank you so much for watching. See you in my next one.